we welcome 8 of the very best older pacers in North America here tonight. And perhaps none better than this guy. He's the number 1 starter tonight. He is the 2-time defending champion. He is the richest pacer in the history of the sport with more than $4.8 million. He is racing's Iron Horse with 68 wins, owned by Burke Racing Stable, Weaver Bruchemi, and the JJK Stables. Ron Burke. He's been the leading trainer in North America over the past several seasons, and Yannick Gingras back in town tonight to drive the one and only Foiled Again, your post 1 starter. He's looking for the three-peat in tonight's Molson Pace. The groom, Chris Hinchcliffe, guiding Foiled Again for tonight's post parade. Led out by his caretaker, Susie Fritz, is number 2, Eric Cash Hanover, making a 3rd straight appearance in the Molson. The son of Dragon again, one of the richest performers in the field, a winner of more than $1.5 million for owners William Swatella and James Martin of Clarence Center, New York. Greg McNary's won this race before, back in 2008 with Legal Luck, and his son Doug is in the driver's seat. Good post position tonight, post 2, for one of the local hopefuls, Eric Cash Hanover. Mel Tilley, the caretaker of 3, State Treasurer, the pride of Sally McDonald of Surrey, Prince Edward Island, and Sophie McDonald of Regina, Saskatchewan. Dr. Ian Moore, another PEI native, does the training, and Randy Waples, one of Canada's best in the driver's seat. He raced against last year's outstanding 3-year-old crop, and he more than held his own, a 6-time winner, 237,000 plus. Tonight, his 4th start of the season, and it appears that he's just rounding into top form. Big shot tonight from post 3. Here's State Treasurer. Horse making his first appearance in the Molson Pace is next. His name is Versato, Sarah Scott, the caretaker at the head. Versato trained by one of the young up-and-coming conditioners in North America, Nick Zurich. He's been here before, owned by KDM Stable Corporation of Farmingdale, New York. And Canada's young gun, Scott Zeron, in the driver's seat here tonight. He's a 34-time career winner, almost $1 million on his card. And he'll be heard from tonight. From post 4, here's Versato. We had the Molson Pace Prep last week, first time for that event. It was a win in your in event, and the horse that scored and got his spot into the final is Rock On Mo, owned by young Jonah Mose of Cornwall, Prince Edward Island. Patrick Shepard, another PEI native. He's been topping the Canadian training charts this season early on. And Newfoundland native Brad Forward, they're going to team up here. They won the Mr. Brown Memorial earlier tonight, and hoping here with Rock On Mo. Vanessa Thompson, the caretaker. Rock On Mo from post 5 with Brad Forward driving. Number 6 is Keystone Velocity, making his first appearance at the Raceway. Frank Camini, the trainer, also the caretaker, owned by Loretta Gaume of Dallas, Pennsylvania. 3-time winner this year. He's got $350,000 on his card. Horse that appears to be blossoming this season at age 5. Has won 2 of his last 4 at Yonkers. Pair of 1-4 victories over the half-mile oval. And he picks up Mr. Raceway, Trevor Henry, Canada's representative this summer at the World Driving Championship. 6 is Keystone Velocity. The last horse to accept an invitation this year was a rock and roll dance, and we're certainly glad he did. Ellen Mullenix, the caretaker. Jim Mullenix is the trainer and co-owner. Mr. Harness Racing, John Campbell in town to drive. 2nd richest horse in the field, $1.9 million. Tough assignment tonight from post 7, but he's a quality horse that might be able to do it. 7 is a rock and roll dance. And last but by no means least, here he is making his highly anticipated seasonal debut. He was arguably the top older pacer during his 11-race campaign last year, a 9-time winner. Trained by Casey Coleman, multiple O'Brien Award winner, owned by Steve Calhoun of Chatham and the West Wind Stable of Cambridge. And George Brennan, the Minister of Speed, will drive number 8, Better Than Cheddar. And there it is, the star-studded field for the 2013 Molson Pace. Outstanding field of 8 taking up their spots for the Molson Pace. 7 on the gate, 1 from the trailing tier. Foiled again from post 1. He's the favorite. Trying to make it a third straight Molson title, Better Than Cheddar, who leads from the second tier, second choice in the wagering. Combined earnings of more than $11 million behind the gate here. Fasten your seatbelts. It's the Molson Pace. They're at the top of the stretch. And here they come. And they're off and foiled again. From the inside, he's firing out fast. Eric Cash Hanover's going to try and go with him into the turn, and Better Than Cheddar right up into the top 3 as they pass the 8th pole and go to the backstretch for time 1. Coming on in the top 4, that's State Treasurer, filling up the gap here as they go to the quarter pole. Back in line and racing from 5th, that is Versato. Out there 6th early on is Keystone Velocity. Back on the inside, second from last, Rock On Mo and a Rock and Roll Dance. They pass the quarter, 26 and 4. Foiled again. Eric Cash Hanover parked on the outside. He's a half length away. Better Than Cheddar down on the inside. Third, State Treasurer came to the outside good and early. And they pair up at 3/8, 4 in and 4 out. And it's foiled again, leading them up to the halfway point. Eric Cash Hanover, he'll be in for a tough trip from here. Inside third, Better Than Cheddar, swelling up on the inside. Out there fourth and on good-looking cover as they go to the lower turn. State Treasurer, followed by Keystone Velocity. Then it's Versato, Rock On Mo, and a Rock and Roll Dance. Half 55 and 1. Foiled again, leads to the backstretch for time 2. Eric Cash Hanover still digging. State Treasurer is going to pull the trigger 3 wide right now, and here he comes after foiled again. Foiled again on the inside. State Treasurer full of pace and coming right after him at 3/4. Better Than Cheddar third. Keystone Velocity right up into a good spot. He's on the outside fourth. 3/4, 123 and 1. Foiled again's been headed by State Treasurer, but Foiled again's not going to throw in the towel. He's battling back at the inside. State Treasurer, Foiled again, their heads apart. Better Than Cheddar's dying for racing room. Keystone Velocity, deep stretch lead for State Treasurer. State Treasurer's going to win it. Better Than Cheddar came flying through late. He appeared to get second over Foiled again. 151 and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a look at the winner of the Molson Pace for 2013. It's number 3, State Treasurer. He ends the reign of Foiled again, but what an effort from the two-time defending champion. He's third. Better Than Cheddar in his return race was a great second, but it was State Treasurer getting it done tonight with a slick off-the-pace steer from driver Randy Waple. State Treasurer, he's a 4-year-old son of Real Desire from the Western Ideal mare Ideal Treasure, owned by Sally McDonald of Surrey, Prince Edward Island, and Sophie McDonald of Regina, Saskatchewan, trained by PEI native Dr. Ian Moore, and driven to victory by Randy Waples, one of Canada's best. And State Treasurer just 2/5 of a second off of the all-age track record tonight with a sparkling 151 and 1 victory to capture the Molson Pace. Congratulations to the connections. On hand, we welcome Ron Gabrielli. He's the district sales rep for Molson Coors. and a good friend of the Raceway at the Western Fair District. Hugh Mitchell, Chief Executive Officer of the Western Fair Association, is trackside as well. Members of the Molson Extreme team to congratulate State Treasurer. A horse that flew slightly under the radar last year in a great 3-year-old crop, and he gets his moment in the spotlight tonight. He is the 2013 Molson Pace champion. There's a look at the mutual return. State Treasurer, $11.40. Late double, $160.50. Super high five, $1,101.55. 3/8 exactor, $43.60. Late pick 4, $901.35. And the 3/8-1 triactor, $102.80. And I believe Sarah Emery has the winning trainer, Dr. Ian Moore, trackside. Sarah?
Thanks, Greg. And I'd like to first of all congratulate Dr. Ian Moore on a fantastic horse you have there in your barn. State Treasurer. Tell us, what makes this horse so special?
He's got an unreal attitude, like he just won't quit this horse. Ever since we've had him as a 2-year-old, he just tries his heart out for you every race he goes. And he trained really well this winter in Florida and came back. He sort of thickened up and got very strong, and he took a new American Mohawk here a couple of weeks ago, so we were hoping he'd be really good tonight. And he raced a half last year in the Confederation Cup, and so we weren't expecting any problems, and Randy gave him a perfect steer.
Well, it's certainly a fantastic trip to watch for all of the fans here. For the fans here who are not as familiar with State Treasurer and how you acquired him to have him in your barn, tell us a little bit about the special rise to fame for you.
Well, State Treasurer was actually broken in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, by a good friend of mine, Kenny Arsenault, and he called me about May of that year, I think, and said he thought he had a real good horse and they wanted to send him up. And Alan McDonald from Prince Edward Island, Alan and Sally, they were friends of mine for a long time down there. And they sent him up to us in May, and right from the get-go we saw that he was a pretty nice horse. I qualified him as a 2-year-old. He sat about 9th at the 3/4 pole and circled the field that night. So, and he's just got better with age. He was very immature, and we're hoping for a good season with him.
Now, for when you were watching the race as it unfolded, what was going through your head? When did you know you had the win?
When they hit the wire. But he couldn't have asked for a better drive. Like I was figuring he'd either drop in front of the 8-horse, Better Than Cheddar, or sit behind him, and he sat behind him, and it worked out perfect for him. He got a second over toe for a long way, and just held Better Than Cheddar off of the wire race really good once he did get out. There's no doubt about that. So we had a little bit of luck, and you need that sometimes in horse races.
Well, sometimes definitely. Horse racing is all about having luck, and you certainly had the luck in your corner tonight. Thank you so much for speaking with us, and congratulations again.
Okay, and thanks to Molson and Western Fair for having us here. It's a great night, and I hope it continues for many years to come.
I certainly will agree with that statement. I'm going to now send it over to the winning driver, Randy Waples and Greg Gangle.
We're down trackside now with driver Randy Waples. Randy, State Treasurer, 151-1. Got to ask you, what a terrific trip. Second over, things could have panned out any better.
No, it really did work out well. Dougie took a shot to get around foiled again, and I really thought that Dougie would get around him. Either way, I was looking to land no worse than fourth because I loved everything that I was going to be sitting behind. They're all three of them are just fantastic horses. But I really had it in my mind to try not to leave with him, just to try to keep him close, because coming off of a helmet, he's a very dangerous horse, and he showed it tonight.
How confident were you sitting at the half with foiled again on top, Eric Cash first over, Better Than Cheddar in the pocket?
Not as confident as I was 2 feet before the wire. That's when I really started to kind of swell up and think, geez, I can win this thing. It just, foiled again's a very deceiving horse. So many times we've seen him look like he's done in a race, and then he just keeps on going. Now, again, when I went 3 wide around Dougie, I thought I was just going to clear both of them, and all of a sudden, here he comes again, and I thought I was going to look like a, an idiot. But it worked out good. I had momentum on my side, and like I said, I can't say enough about the job that Dr. Moore had getting him ready. You know, he's only had a couple of races, and he had to face the best older horses in North America, and he just did a fantastic job, and I'm just glad to hear that I was the one that got to drive him.
You gave this horse a terrific drive this evening. How about the drive yourself coming into Western Fair? You almost didn't make it due to a downpour. You got in some traffic trouble. Tell us about that.
Well, it was, I left Mohawk, and it was, I think it was 10 to 9 when I got, and I had to be here at 9:40, so I knew it was going to be a little bit late, but I still figured I'd be okay. And then just when I got to Guelph, it was just gridlock. Everything was completely stopped, and there was a lane closed on the 401, and that took about 15 minutes, and then the rain came, and, you know, you could only do, 100 kilometers an hour, and the whole time I'm down here, I'm texting Dr. Moore, and I'm going, I'm saying Woodstock, and I'm saying Putnam, Ingersoll, and then I texted you, and I said, Wellington, I'm going by Wellington Road, and then you asked me, did you take Wellington Road? I'm like, no, I'm just going by.
You better not have.
Yeah, but it was just a continual, driving with your knees in the pouring rain, texting, telling them, yes, I'm going to be there, so, yeah, it is, exactly, yeah. But, it was an interesting drive down, and it was an interesting drive tonight, and I'm just glad that all you people came out to support harness racing. We absolutely love when you guys come out and support us the way that you do. As a driver, speaking from a driver, when I come on the track and you guys are all standing out here and you're cheering and stuff like that, we hear it, and we really appreciate it, and we don't get enough opportunities to tell you how much we love the fans of horse racing, but I'll tell you right now, we all do.
You're a great ambassador for the sport. Congratulations. State Treasurer, 151-1 to take this year's Molson Pace.